Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our school board meeting. We're going to call our meeting to order and start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you. And for the roll tonight, Mrs. Grimm is out of town. Mrs. Custer is with us on Zoom. We're going to start off with public comment. Do we have anyone in the room tonight that has public comment? 2 minutes on agenda-related items. Okay, anyone online? Okay, thank you. Moving on to the report of the superintendent, 3.1.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the 2024-25 school year. I got a number of things that I'm going to highlight, but they're actually going to be, the substance of which are going to be in a blog that will go out tomorrow. First, pre-K counts. I'm going to follow a link here. We are still accepting registration for pre-K counts. This is the program that we've worked very hard to get up and running. It is for 3- and 4-year-olds, and it will be we'll be hosting it in collaboration with the YWCA. So please, if you are in that category, please read my blog tomorrow, follow the link, and register. Along the same lines, we are proud to bring back before and after school care in partnership with the YMCA. Right now we have 32 families signed up. What we need is 15 families at each building, so Rocks, West, and Lower, to run 3 individual programs. Currently we have enough families at Rocks, and we're getting close at West and Lower. We are exploring the possibilities of providing transportation, but that is going to be an inconvenience to families. So really, we're looking to get additional families signed up so that we can offer this program at each of our 3 elementary schools. And again, there'll be information and sign-up details in my blog tomorrow. West Pottsgrove Elementary. We are nearing completion of our renovation at West Pottsgrove Elementary. I was over there again today and walking the building with the CMTA folks. The roof is done. There are just a couple little things that have to yet happen. They'll be wrapping the roof, the edges of the roof with the aluminum flashing. They'll be also working on the gymnasium roof, which the materials were delayed, but have come in, and that'll be lifted up onto the roof on Friday, and they'll be working on that over the weekend. So that should not impact our activities at all. All of the HVAC is in. All of the safety, the new sprinkler systems are in and functioning. New generator is in and functioning. So it's looking really good. I want to especially thank our folks who are normally in the hallways about this time, but they're all over at West. Our custodial crews, the entire district team is over at West and has been in the evenings working to make that building ready for our staff and students, starting with our opening day on Thursday. We have our open house. So thank you everyone for that. Summer programming. So we have completed our summer programming this year, serving more than 212 students in a variety of different programs with 59 staff members. So we're very proud that this was our extended school year, also our summer success program, and those numbers don't include any kind of credit recovery work, but it was a very busy summer, and the team was concentrated at Rocks. It was a very busy Rocks building all summer long, but we're proud of the work that was put in there. And then lastly, opening day, I guess third, well, yeah, the number two best day of the year. I was going to throw color day in there, but graduation is by far the best day of the school year. But opening day is a real celebration. That is just a week and a day away, so we're really looking forward to welcoming all of our students back on campus. We got a great year planned for you, and we can't wait to see you. So, thank you.
Thanks, Dr. Finnerty. Moving on to 4.1, approval of the meeting minutes from June 11. We need a motion and a second, please. Okay, all in favor? Any opposed? Okay, motion passes. Moving on to 5.1, receiving of accounts for audit. We need someone to make a motion and then a second, please.
I move we accept the activity accounts. Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second to accept the high school and middle school activities accounts for approval. Any questions or comments? All in favor? Any opposed? Thank you. Motion passes. Moving on to 6.1, granting of orders. Motion and a second, please.
Motion to approve the granting of orders.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and 2 seconds to approve the payment of the bills for June and July. Are there any questions? Okay, I do have a quick question with regard to, it's basically just an accounting inquiry. For payments that are issued, or cut rather, checks cut in June, does that fall under last fiscal year or this fiscal year?
Last.
Last, okay,
Yeah, so it'll be the 20,
Last.
23, 24 school year.
okay.
I could have just closed my mouth and let David answer.
I had my moment for the first time ever to actually speak. It was taken away from me.
That's okay, I have another. So therefore, there was a check that I had inquired on, check 12363. It was the $90,271 van payment. So that van payment is under last fiscal year.
Correct.
Okay, wonderful. That was my only question with that. Any other questions? Okay, all in favor? Any opposed? Okay, moving on to the treasurer's report for June and July of 2024. I actually do. So earlier I had written, and I was wondering if we would be able to, is it okay to table the treasurer's report for until next meeting? Okay,
Yes.
wonderful. And anything further on that?
Just a motion to table.
Okay,
I move we table the treasurer's report until the next meeting.
thanks. Any questions or comments? All in favor? Okay, thanks, everyone. Moving on to action items personnel.
We need to pull out one name on 8.4, which is support staff. So we'd like to amend your motion and remove Allison Kleinsmith.
The very last thing there.
Yep.
If that's acceptable with you, we'll just do it by friendly amendment.
Friendly amendment works for me.
Okay. So the motion before the board or on the table is 8.1 through 8.12 with the modification to 8.4 as stated.
Do we have a second for that?
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second. I'm sorry, let me ask the questions. Are there any questions or comments?
HR was busy this summer.
HR was busy this summer.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, moving on. Action items, business. Needing a motion and a second on action items, business. Yeah, do you want to do it one at a time? We'll start with 9.1 if somebody wants to make the motion.
I move that we approve 9.1.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve 9.1, the SRO program agreement. Are there any questions, comments? Okay, hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. 9.2, U.S. Security Care Contract.
I move that we approve 9.2.
Second.
Okay, motion and a second to approve 9.2. Any questions or comments on this?
Is this a supplement to the SRO?
So 9.2 is the U.S. Security Care Contract. This is the school police officers. So this is our armed police officer at the high school.
Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Moving on to 9.3, the purchase of a 72-passenger school bus.
Motion to, motion for 9.3 purchasing 172 passenger school bus.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second on 9.3. Any questions or comments? I have a quick question. I see it. We're going to budget it into this fiscal year, because I think we approved it for last fiscal year. Or is this a different bus?
I think I'd have to look at that. Typically, we buy 1 to 2 buses every single year. I don't know particularly, this one is for the 24-25 school year.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes. Moving on to 9.4.
I move, let's do all the cars at once here. 9.4, 9.5, and 9.6. I think these are vehicles, and I think they're all the same argument. And the cost is listed.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion to approve 9.4, 9.5, and 9.6. Motion and a second. Are there any questions or comments?
Yes.
Go ahead.
I was on 9.6. It sounds like we don't, in the administrative content section, it sounds like we don't really use it all that often when it says once or twice a year. So I was trying to understand, like, unless it just was worded not quite, or I wasn't quite getting the way it was worded, but.
So 9.6 is to purchase a Ford Transit van. In your board docs, what it's talking about is there is the box truck the box truck that this is replacing is not used frequently. So we're instead buying a cheaper van. And then on the small number of occasions where food services needs the box truck, they'll use our box truck.
So we're not
Yep.
getting the box truck, we're getting the van.
Correct.
The box truck that's once or twice a year, we're not buying.
Correct.
We don't need it.
This gives us much more flexibility with other things.
Confused on it, so, all right, thank you.
Okay, thanks. Are there any other questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion's passed. Moving to 9.7, Annual Service Agreement, Alarms and Sprinkler.
Move that we approve 9.7 through 9.9 service agreements.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve 9.7 through 9.9, the service agreements. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion's passed. Moving to 9.10.
Move to approve 9.10 and 9.11.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve 9.10 and 9.11, which is the Market Street proposal items. Any questions or comments? Hearing, go ahead.
Actually, the proposals are written slightly different, so I just want to make sure. The one says it's for $60,000 over 3 years, and then the Shipley Energy one says it's $5,000 per year over 3 years. So I just want to make sure, so the Shipley one is for $15,000, is that correct? Or is it, because it's $5,000 per year over 3 years, I'm thinking they mean for 3 years. I just want to make sure about that.
It's 15,000
It is $15,000 total, okay. Thank you, thank you. Okay. Yeah, I was being a little bit of a stickler. for
Any other
this.
questions or comments? Okay, I just want to say I certainly appreciate the support of Tri-County Federal Credit Union and Shipley Energy.
Yes.
It's outstanding, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion's passed. Moving to 912.
Move we approve 912.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve 912. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes. Moving to 913.
Motion to approve 913 and 914.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve 913 and 914. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion's passed. Action items, education. Looking for a motion on 10-1.
Motion to approve 10-1 through 10-4.
Second.
Thank you. We have a motion and a second to approve 10.1 through 10.4. Any questions or comments? Hearing none, all in favor? Any opposed? Thank you. Motion's passed. Moving to 10.5.
Motion to approve 10-5 and 10-6.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second to approve 10.5 and 10.6. Any questions or comments?
For 10-5.
You're going to make Mr. Voorhees speak to 10.5?
This is the last time for this?
This is it.
Okay, let's just make sure. I see the hand won't be in there, okay. It's Thank you.
Any direct questions for him? Should we make him come forward and
Little song
speak
dance
to it?
routine, like, yay.
Yeah. We'll be good to him tonight. Okay, so we have a motion. I think we have a second on this, correct?
Yes.
Okay, great, thank you. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion's passed. Moving on to action items, policies.
I move we approve 11-1.
Second.
Thanks, we have a motion and a second to approve the policies. Questions or comments? All in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes. 12.1, MCIU Board Update.
I am gonna pass on that because I cannot find the email recap that they sent since it was back in June. So, it wasn't a terribly long meeting, but it was my last meeting as the board member. And, I'm sure Anik will do a fantastic job. So, I wish her all the luck and I know she'll learn a lot too.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to 13.1 is the JOC meeting update.
The JOC of the Western Montgomery Career and Technology Center met on Monday, August 5th at 7 p.m. The Administrative Director, Dave Levingood, announced that he is working with the 3 superintendents from our sending school districts to develop and agree on a budgeting process that avoids the date conflicts that we experienced during the last school year. So once I get that proposal, once we get that budgeting process, I will share it with the full board here. But what Mr. Levingood is working on is something that fits in with the budgeting processes of the 3 sending school districts. Mr. Levingood also announced that he's working with the superintendent of record, which is Mr. Robert Rizzo from Springford, to finalize his and the center's goals for the upcoming school year. And again, once they are presented to the JOC, I'll present them back to this full board. The large digital sign, which is in front of the Western Center, is not working, and they're not sure why. It's a big sign. It's an important sign. They're trying to identify the cause of the problem and the corrective actions that are needed in terms of that. It's an older sign, but hopefully we can get that fixed. Student awards, it was announced that in June, a former Pottsgrove senior, Corey Herbsleb, who was in the Protective Services Program at the Western Center. I lost my place here. Won second place in the, and got a silver award at the HOSA International Leadership Conference for Life Support Skills. HOSA is the Future Health Professionals Group, formerly called the Health Occupation Students of America. Business manager Donna Wilson announced that the Western Center auction made approximately $50,000 on the sale of surplus items, and that money is being used to replace the summer boiler, which is leaking badly in terms of that. There are two boilers at the Western Center, one which is used just for the center when less energy is needed, and then there's a full boiler. So that money is being used to replace the summer boiler at the Western Center. The Policy Committee presented the first reading of Policy 249, which is bullying, cyberbullying. We worked hard, I guess, to compare that policy with the 3 sending school districts to see if there's any joint learning. Is it similar or different to what Pottsgrove has or any of the other 2 districts? And what does that mean? Does that mean we should make changes, they should make changes, but working to make sure those policies are coordinated between the Western Center and the 3 districts? Upcoming dates for the Western Center: Wednesday, August 21 is the first teacher day there at the Western Center, and Monday, August 26th is the first student day. So there are Western Center students from Pottsgrove who will be attending school here. I guess they do half days here, and then either get out if they have permission or whatever the rules are there, and then begin their work at the Western Center on Monday, the 26th. The next meeting of the Joint Operating Committee of the Western Center is Monday, September 9th, 2024 at 5 p.m., and it is a Zoom meeting. Any questions? Chuck, you were at the meeting, as was Patty, who's not here. Anything you want to add or say?
Yeah, 2 things.
Now you can hear what I'm saying, and you can judge whether it's worthwhile. First comment was that Mr. Levingood conducted a tour of the facilities of the lab showing the renovations, and we got the chance to inspect the leaking boiler, which was the highlight of my day. But it shows that that is very, very much in need of repair. The second point that I was thinking of is that in addition to the tour, he also showed the changes to the main entrance, which was the subject of some discussion at the end of last year. So apparently that is moving along, and I gather will be completed in time for the start of the academic year. So those are the only points I had.
Thank you.
If you have the opportunity to go out to the Western Center and see the industrial labs, I mean, the repair shop is impressive, and you know, what they can do to a diesel truck is absolutely amazing. It, you know, I won't go further, but their facilities are truly impressive.
Can you mention the lighting changes that we saw too?
Yeah, the lighting change was actually, to me, sort of annoying because it was actually too bright. And my first reaction when we walked in was I wanted to put the welder's goggles on. But I don't know if those lights are dimmable or not. But certainly it was, in the one lab, it was certainly, to me, uncomfortably bright. So that's just a minor point. maybe if you're working out there and you're, in a smoky environment or doing welding or something, you might want more light. But anyway, that's just my comment.
Thank you. And that's it, Tina.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen. We're moving on to 14.1, Athletics Co-Curricular Community Relations Committee Report from June 11. Mr. Ronsbach.
Well, welcome back, everybody. I think this meeting closed out the year, so it's good to report at the start of the year. So this meeting was held on June 11th. Dr. Finnerty led the community relations part, and he announced the partnership that we have with the Pottstown Regional Public Library. We'll be working together with them to post the monthly calendar of events on our school district website and Facebook regarding the relationship we have with the Regional Public Library. We also talked about the health fair that PMSI will again run on November 9th from 9 to 1 p.m. at the high school cafeteria. We discussed the before and after care with the YMCA program that Dr. Finnerty mentioned at the beginning of tonight's meeting. And we also talked about social media and the reviews that we had from our school district events. The top leaders were the PMEA course concert at our school meeting, our unified track and field meet, and our spring concerts at both lower elementary and the middle school. And also the baseball senior night had the biggest hits from our social media following. In the athletics, I gave the report regarding the site survey and feasibility study that we're working on for our high school tennis courts, our track service, our stadium field, and the stadium concourse. The goal is to have that site survey and some type of plan that we can bring to the committee for our next meeting coming this fall regarding facility improvements. And I also provided to the committee an end-of-the-year athletic report, which highlighted our participation numbers, team highlights, and individual highlights throughout the scholastic athletic season last year. And finally, it was a short meeting. Our Maximi Literary Arts magazine, created by our students and headed by retired teacher Miss Della Caldwell, we provided copies of that magazine to the committee. And that concludes our short meeting on June 11th.
Thank you. We are already at new business. Dr. Finnerty?
No, just as I said in the beginning, very much looking forward to our first day with teachers on Monday and all staff, and then looking forward to our first day with students on Wednesday. So very excited to make this a great year.
Thank you. Jay?
Nothing from me. I'm excited. This is the year that I have 3 grandchildren who are seniors, who are graduating. So it will be kind of an exciting year. I know you've had 2, as I look at Jim, but to have 3 that they're going into their last year is exciting to me. But nothing else, Tina.
That is special. Thanks for sharing that. I didn't know that there were 3. That's awesome.
2 of them are twins.
Aw.
So but it still counts as 3.
It sure does.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing, Jay. Anik, anything for new business tonight? Okay. Tanya?
No, but I did tell someone I'd give them a shout out. I was at the night out in West Pottsgrove, and I'll be heading back there probably after this meeting. And there was the pre-K counts table there, and I got to talking to her about the program. And with all the kids around, it was really great to see the engagement and see her out there. And she was giving out these really great bracelets and things for the children. So I just wanted to give her a shout out. I said I would. So
Thank you. Dr. Nippert, anything for new business tonight?
No, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Jim? Bill? Okay, so really nothing for me to... Ashley, sorry about that. Ashley, any new business for tonight?
Nope.
Okay. All right, no problem. There's really nothing for me because the students aren't here, so I'm excited for when they come back, we can find out how school's going for them. Yes, we'll be welcoming a new student board member, so that's exciting. Other than that, it's good to see everyone tonight. And I'm excited for the school year to start off, so. Any public comment? in the room? Any public comment online? Okay, so we just need a motion to adjourn.
I move we adjourn.
Motion and a second, all in favor? Any opposed? Motion passed. Good night, everyone.